guys.
Howdy, brothers.
Welcome back to another episode, another season finale, baby.
I can't believe it.
Of Whiskey and Water.
Here we are once again. What's this, season 8?
Yes.
I never know. I'm going to be real with you guys.
Yes, it is season 8. I know. At some point, they all just start to mesh together.
100%.
But look how far we've come.
Yeah, almost to episode 100. We're going to have to do something fun.
Guys, episode 100. That is so wild to us. I can't believe we've been at this for 2 years now.
We'll do 100 fun facts about us.
Oh my God, yes. I love it.
Oh my God.
Okay, you guys. So we are bringing you for our season finale a Just Us episode. It's been honestly, I don't think we've done one of these this past season.
I don't think so. Maybe the intro, but I don't even know if then.
Yeah. So basically, we're just going to catch you guys up on us, on our personal lives, on our business lives, what is new with mood, what is new with our careers. And yeah, it's just us today. So
this is just a full catch up squirt episode.
Sit back, relax, enjoy. listening to us talk. Also, we had colada today.
We did. It's been a while.
If you're an OG brother and you've been around since the first few seasons, you know what colada is. It is basically...
I mean, I think other people that haven't been on the, since the OG know what colada is.
See, but you would think that, but Natalie and Bryce were like, what's that?
Well, if you're...
a Miami local.
If you're a South Florida local, you know what colada is, which is just... Cuban crack.
Cuban espresso, and it's really just crack cocaine in liquid form. It's great.
And we may or may not have had 3 or 4 shots.
We used to take shots before every single episode.
Yes.
And then Celsius came into the picture. We still love Celsius, even though they're not a sponsor anymore.
And now Celsius has gone out of the picture.
But we still love them.
Colada. We do love them.
Anyways, so yeah, just us guys, and want to take a moment and say we appreciate you. If you're here, if you're listening, if you're invested in us and everything we do, we so love you and we so appreciate you for being here.
This is true. You guys make this all possible.
Yeah.
And we've had so many good conversations. This has been such an amazing season with so many amazing guests.
I know. It's so good. I'm honestly re-inspired all the time. It's so great.
Yeah.
I would love to do you know what? One episode we should really do our favorite guests or our favorite episodes or something like that. Something that collectively combines our top personal favorite moments from the show.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
Maybe we should do that as a reel, as a mashup, our favorite.
Yeah. We have so many ideas.
What if we did a mashup of different words that formed a sentence?
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Not actually, but maybe.
Moving on. So we will do a little bit of a personal catch up, I think, before we get into the business catch up. Yeah. So what is new and great in your life, brother?
Well, right now we have 2 friends in town from Antigua.
So fun.
We're really excited about that. They are currently taking photos somewhere in my building. But that has been so fun. They've been here this past weekend.
I feel like people are always like, oh, I have friends in town this week. And this is the first time I've actually had friends in town.
Yeah. Same.
I don't have friends who come in town.
We're using my pull-out couch for the first time, so love that.
And they're just so great.
So great. We went to a pool party Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we went that was Saturday, and then we went to Nikki Beach on Sunday. Really fun stuff. It's so great showing people your city.
Yeah, 100%. And it's nice because I don't do things unless it's this, a special occasion or a work event or a friend's in town. So it's nice to get out because I'm wow, I really don't get out a lot.
Yeah, and we're actually hanging out outside of work.
Yeah, we're being friends,
unheard
which is
of.
So bizarre.
Unheard of.
Me and Jess being
crazy.
Friends. Weird.
Couldn't
honestly
even tell you.
Don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of iffy.
Okay, other than that,
your girl's back on the dating scene. Not going well.
Really fun stories to share.
0-10 recommend.
You guys, this is just so funny to me and to you.
Which part is funny?
The whole
because,
thing.
Personally, pretty painful. We freaking... Okay, so I didn't go on a date. I've seen this guy twice. And, just one-on-one the first 2 times. And then Saturday night, I was out with my 2 friends and he was out. So he came and met us out. And I told my friends, I was like, listen, I actually don't know how I feel about this guy. So let's suss him out tonight. And then you guys can be totally honest with me and whatever. They didn't even need to be totally honest with me. It was not necessary.
Meanwhile,
at all.
So I was with all of them before. And then
I hope to God he doesn't listen to this episode.
So I dropped them off because I opted to go home. I have a far drive, so I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'll see you guys tomorrow at Nikki Beach. So I opted out of this night, but I got filled in the next day.
God, it was just too fucking much, guys. I mean,
I feel like you haven't had a bad date story in a long time, and this overcompensates for all of it, you know?
it really does. I mean, I don't even know how to keep it short and sweet
I
because
hope to God he doesn't listen to this. It's nothing personal if you're listening, but it is
It's-
also everything personal.
well, I feel like he doesn't know how many people I've been going on dates with. This could be anyone. It's not you.
It's definitely not you.
It's not you who is listening.
If you're listening, no, you're not.
Yeah, precisely. Like you're.
If you think this is you, no, it's not.
He
Okay,
probably,
let's get into it.
He probably doesn't even care about me enough to like be even listening
Definitely
to my
not.
podcast. No shot. He
shot.
listens. Anyway,
All right, we're keeping the brothers
So let's just name names.
on the edge of their seat.
It was so bad. Like this person, like
Bob
was a nightmare. Like we get to the bar. He has a friend there. I have my friends Natalie and Bryce, and we're sitting like on the same side of like this bench. Bob completely is like turned towards me, away from his friend, blocking me off from my friends, and is like pretty much trying to make out with me the entire time. And like I give him a little smooch, and I'm like trying to make this like more of like a collective like thing. And I don't know, it was just so weird because I was like, I'm not like here just for you. You know what I mean? Like I'm here like with my friends, like whatever. Like just a very like selfish kind of person. Like the world revolves around him.
energy.
And yeah, it was just so
One
bad.
thing after another.
And I was like trying, and then like my friends were like super tired, like kind of going through it. And I was like, okay, well, like, I'm gonna, like my friends want to go. And he's like, no, stay out with me. And I'm like, no, like my friends are in town. Like I'm going to be a good friend and go home with them. And he's like, well, they're just going to go to sleep. And I'm like, that's not the point. Like I want to go home with them. I want to like get ready for bed with them. I want to wake up with them in the morning. So unaware and like so like selfish. And I'm like, I'm not going to ditch my friends for you. I don't. And it's so hard to say that because you don't want to come off as rude. And this was the kind of person who would like take it personally and then act like a wounded puppy. Be like, he act like you just kicked a kitten and be like, what the fuck, So, and then, oh my God, this person is like trying to like get us hype, right? Because he doesn't want us to leave, right? So he like turns to my friends, tries to give them a fucking pep talk and is like, guys, it's Saturday night. We need to, celebrate life. And my friends are like,
barf.
Are you like, my friends are like, I'm chilling.
Painful.
Like I just don't fucking like you.
Painful.
And then he like goes out on the dance floor, BT dubs. No one's on the dance floor.
It's my favorite part, guys.
Literally, no one's there. This man starts humping the ground. Guys.
Like, straight out of a movie.
You know, like those TikTok dances where they like do the worm onto the floor and like hump the ground and then oh my God, guys, I'm fucking nauseous thinking about it.
I feel like I would have just walked out at that point.
It was the most, okay, and this, I brought him to a bar.
You're like looking at people, you're like, he's not with us. He's not with us.
Incredibly embarrassing. And like, that's fine because I'm sure some people would like love that. Like I'm sure some girls maybe, I couldn't name one, but I'm sure someone would like be like, oh my God, he's so fun. So quirky.
So outgoing.
But me personally, my fucking cringe meter was off the fucking rails. So whatever. I end up telling him like, I'm trying to leave. He's like, do you want me to beg? He's like, do you want me to? I'm like, beg what? He's like, for you to come home with me. Like, what do you need me to do? And I'm like, no, it's not about you. Like, it's not personal. I need to be a good friend. I also have my dog, Nugget. You're not worth me not being able to sleep next to my dog tonight. Had it been like, had I not had anyone there, I would have like maybe said he could come home like with me just to like appease him. You know what I mean? Because he was just like fucking crazy about it. And so whatever. I'm like, okay. I'm not going home with you. I'm not leaving my friends, but you can come over to my place. And this is before, like this. He hadn't been like super cringy. Like I was still like, okay, whatever. So I tell him
other than the humping the ground.
Yeah, continue. I was letting it ride. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I also didn't know if it was satire at that time. Wasn't, by the way. But so he comes home with me and my friends, and then like I don't know. ends up ordering Uber Eats, which takes like an hour and a half.
Like just killing time because he doesn't want to leave.
And I'm like, I invited you here to like, chill for like 30 minutes and like dip.
My favorite part is how he started talking about working out because our friend Bryce is like a skater and just, isn't that type of guy who's
he doesn't like lift.
Crazy in the gym. So Bryce tells him that and he like just goes on like a rampage.
He doesn't understand it. He's like, I was going to be mean, but he's like, wait, dude, you're telling me that you don't feel a pump? Like you're telling me that you don't. Like, I get a new vein. Bryce literally just walked in. He's like, I get a new vein in my arm every week. Like, it's wrapped around my arm, bro. Like, I just love the feeling of being fucking shredded. And guys, when I tell you my vagina dried up like the Sahara Desert, there's nothing. Like, it was
Natalie, Bryce, come say hi.
You guys want to say hi in the mic?
Come say hi.
Hi. That's Natalie. I mean...
Hello.
That's Bryce. Fucking hilarious.
Horrible.
He's like, I do it for the testosterone, right?
Yeah, he was like, dude, like men just get this pump. Like it's different from women. And then he like tries to tell me that he like doesn't love cardio. And then I'm asking him like why, and he like doesn't have answers for anything, and then tries to tell me that he's doing cardio, like contradicts himself, but like is trying to like talk like he knows more than me. And I'm like, I'm not the type of person to like just let that slide. Like I will interrogate you to get an answer that I feel
is adequate,
but like also like, so I will let it go if I just feel like someone's talking out of their ass, which I quickly came to realize he was doing.
Yeah, or just not smart enough to just engage in that level of conversation.
Yeah, so guys.
Long-winded story short, it was a fucking hot mess.
It was a fucking hot mess. And, it was one of those things where, like, thank God that my friends were there because, like when you're alone with someone and you're dating, like, you don't tend to, like, realize how cringy the shit that they're saying is because you don't, like... Because now that I realize, like, my friends were hearing what I was hearing, I was like, oh, I am so embarrassed that I'm even being seen with this person right now. I really hope he doesn't listen. This would be so mean.
Aww.
Not a bad guy.
Not a bad guy.
Not a bad guy.
Not a bad guy.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Great guy.
For another girl, amazing.
I'm sure it would be great. This person is also an artist, like a musician. I'm really just calling it out right now, but he was like, my career is about to take off. Like I'm about to blow up. Like as if like he was like trying to tell me that like I needed to be a part of this, right?
Oh, gotcha.
Like being like
you need to be like
on
for the ride, on for the journey.
He kept telling me how many like hoes he had essentially. Like not like hoes, he didn't call them hoes, but he was like
groupies.
He was like, yeah, like after I met you, like I didn't respond to anyone because I was, and which was really sweet. Like I can appreciate that, but at the same time, I was like, oh, we're not on the same page here. So
that's that. And that's the last date she'll ever go on.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be single forever. Thank you very much. So just me and Nugget for the rest of our lives.
That's fun. That's a good time.
That's a good time.
I feel like, we haven't got a little love take on the show for a while. So that was your little, update.
Yeah, I love that for me.
Love life update.
Love that for me.
Other than that, I worked out for the first time in 5 months. So that's great. Doing good things over here.
What? No, you were just like
complaining.
Could not shut up about how sore she was.
Because every movement hurt.
100%.
I feel so much better today. But like, guys, I didn't even like push it at all. I purposely was like, I'm not going to push it at all because I don't want to be like uncomfortably sore. I woke up the next day, couldn't walk. I'm like, great. This just shows how out of shape I am.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of myself for getting
But
in there.
once you get past that first like 2 weeks, like, you're good.
100%.
But it's funny though, because anytime anyone is sore, like it's all they can talk about, myself included. Whenever I'm sore like that, like your first time being sore in a while,
you can't not talk about it.
No, because that's all you're feeling.
I know.
It's like being sick. Yes. Like when I'm sick, all I can think about and talk about is being sick.
I can't breathe. And I need to let everyone else know that I can't breathe too.
Please, sympathy for me.
Feel bad for me. Pull out the violin, please. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and thank our show sponsors, one of which being House of Sea Swimwear. All right, you guys, these suits are so cute. I wish you could have seen Jessica's face when she opened it, and she literally wore it the next day to the pool. She was so excited. They are adorable, and all suits are made with recyclable eco fabrics made from ocean and landfill waste. For example, plastic bottles, industrial plastics, ghost fishing nets, old carpets, things like that, things that would just be thrown away into the dumps. They are used to make these beautiful, gorgeous suits, and everything is made ethically in Bali. We love that. It's made in a small factory with fairly paid wages, which, of course, as you know, fast fashion, a lot of unethical stuff going on there. So we love supporting a business who takes that into consideration and pays their workers fairly. Not to mention, all shipping material is eco-friendly and they're packed in biodegradable bags and compostable mailers. And we absolutely love a sustainable queen. So check them out. We have a special discount for you guys called Whiskey and Water. So we will make sure to include her website in our episode description for this week's episode. And we love supporting our small women-owned businesses. So definitely make sure to check her out on Instagram. Her handle is houseofzz__. Again, use code Whiskey and Water for a discount at checkout.
All right, guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about Elix. I love Elix. I have shared my period menstrual cycle struggles with you guys before. And honestly, I've been using this product, and you take it 5 to 7 days before your cycle starts, and it helps with all of those symptoms like that come along with the menstrual cycle. PMS, mine in particular, is like the cramps that are the worst. So I've been using Cycle Balance. It's a tailored tincture of potent healing botanicals that holistically heals menstrual symptoms by treating the hormonal imbalances that cause them. Also, they have a personalized health assessment and tongue feature that personalizes a blend of herbal ingredients with targeted benefits. And as always, we have a code for you guys to use, which is Whiskey and Water 15. Guys, I genuinely would not speak to you guys about this product if I didn't feel like it was an absolute lifesaver. I've genuinely loved taking it. It has been my first month, so I'll keep you guys updated as the months go on, but I love it so far. So make sure you guys check them out. The link will also be in our bio.
All right, so with everything else going on, we have an update for you guys about mood, which is really just bonkers, honestly.
A bittersweet update, I suppose.
It's bittersweet, but it's also just crazy the way it happened and the way it went down. And like, I've been tripping out about it ever since.
I know. Like, okay, so we had on Helen Hall a couple up. Last episode?
Yeah, I think it was the last episode that you guys heard.
Yeah,
so if you listen to that,
then yeah. So we were talking about like with her, we were talking about like hiring and like, you know, how do you deal with like the anxiety of someone wanting to leave for something better? And she was like, oh, I celebrate when they want to leave because, you know, obviously they're doing it for a good reason. And, you know, we're happy with the time that they spent there. And we were like, wow, like that's such a fresh take. Like, whatever.
And she was really just like, it's always a good thing. It's never a sad thing. Like, I'm always happy for them. And I always let my employees know that, like, whenever they feel like their time here is done, like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
And, like, I support the evolution of their career and their journey, yada, yada. So we're like, oh, okay. That's
like, wow.
nice. We're like,
that's a hard pill to swallow.
Exactly.
But yeah.
We're like, easier said than done. Okay. So we hang up that conversation, not to mention that we had that interview on Friday of that week. On Monday, I had asked Jess,
on Monday, like the Monday of that week.
Of that week, yeah. I had asked Jess, what would we do if Caroline, our project manager for Mood, who literally runs
and my personal assistant.
Yes, who runs shit, right? I asked her, we're like working at a coffee shop. I'm like, what would we do if Caroline left?
And I literally said I would jump off of my balcony.
So then Friday comes, we have that conversation with Helen, and then we stop recording. We get on a call with Caroline, and she puts in her 2 weeks.
She goes, all right, guys, we need to have a talk. And I'm like, what? About what? And then she goes, I was offered an amazing position for another agency.
But like a well established.
Like a corporate marketing agency that does like Fortune 500 companies.
In Dallas. So we're announcing, unfortunately, that we are losing our project manager, Caroline, who has been, I mean, if you guys know, like I feel like we bring her up pretty often, how amazing she is and just how much she just absolutely fucking kills it. So that was definitely like probably one of the hardest parts so far with the agency that we've had to like deal with. I mean, Jess was like in shambles. Like
No, literally on the call, I was bawling.
Caroline is telling us, and I start laughing when she, because I like knew it was going there. And then when she said like, I have to take this opportunity, I was like, oh, she's quitting. I start laughing because I realized
how crazy the timing is.
I realized that what we had earlier was intuition. Like on that conversation Monday, I'm like, oh, that's what that was. So I start laughing. I look behind me, Jess is sobbing.
I literally cannot keep it together. Like, I'm literally unwell. And Caroline's like, Jess, don't cry.
And then she starts crying. It was a whole shabacle.
Shabacle.
Is that a word?
Debacle.
Debacle.
A whole.
No, debacle was the word.
Yeah. But regardless, really, really fucking sad.
Yeah, hard pill to swallow. But it's just so nuts that we like
had the intuition about it.
We had the intuition, and then Helen's conversation literally primed us for the conversation that we had right after with Caroline. And had we not had that conversation, I don't know if I would have handled it so gracefully.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, especially because like that really just added on to the whole intuition of like everything happens for a reason. And without that, we would have had that previous conversation of like, oh, what would we have done without her? But with that, it's literally like the universe was telling us like, you're going to be good, celebrate her, be happy for her. 100%. And we were. And I was like, listen, I know I'm crying, but I am really happy for you. Like she deserves that, you know, like she, you know, has to kind of go through that season of her life. And, you know, we told her that we would obviously welcome her back with open arms when she realizes that she hates it and that we're the best bosses that she'll ever fucking have. But it's fine. I'm fine.
But no, what we told her is that like we would be mad at her if she didn't take the position, which is, you know, like,
which is not true.
No, it is true. But it's crazy because even like talking about how like everything happens for a reason and the universe and blah, blah, blah. We had that. If you guys listened to last week's episode, you know that our whole conversation with Helen was about that and like not understanding why something is happening in the moment, but in
knowing
hindsight,
that it's for like the greater good.
Yeah, but in hindsight, being like, oh, like that's why that happened. It was just fucking bonkers.
So yeah, we're about to get someone like 10 times better. No, I'm kidding. Caroline is a rock star, and there are definitely big shoes to fill. Yeah. With that being said, we are hiring. We've gone through a couple interviews, and which leads us to like our next really crazy kind of like full circle moment, which is like. So obviously like a huge client for Mood is sports research, which if you guys obviously follow Mood, you've seen that we've done a few great campaigns for them. They're amazing. We're on like their homepage. Really great.
Also known as Sweet Sweat because Sweet Sweat is like a branch under sports research.
Yeah. So Sweet Sweat are like the waist trimmers and stuff.
Kylie Jenner wears them, just saying.
Yeah. Kind of a big deal, but whatever. But so Liv had found, so we have like our contact there, like our main point of contact. Her name is Danielle. She's awesome as well.
And we've been working with her for like a year now.
Yeah, for a long, long time. And
because first we started as influencers that worked with her, and then we turned into like Mood content creators for Mood. And then so Olivia found her TikTok, like Danielle's TikTok. She was like making like a day in her life TikTok, which came up on Olivia's For You page. And she like posted like her daily like schedule, which Liv like paused on because she saw one of our friends' names. I'm nosy.
Yeah, fucking nosy ass bitch. So she paused it because she saw one of our friends' names, and then come to realize like one of the like tasks is like follow up with Mood the agency, and Liv sends it to me, and she's like, oh, that's us, how funny. And so from that TikTok, I followed Danielle on Instagram, and then because I was like, oh, she's cute, like we'll be friends. And then that was the same day that I posted the graphic of like hiring for Mood, and Danielle responded to it and was like, OMG, I need to shoot my shot, like would love to work with you guys. And me and Liv are literally shitting our pants because Danielle's a rock star. Like we were like, wait, like she wants to work with us?
She wants to work for us? What?
Yeah.
Like crazy.
So that was super crazy. And we actually ended up interviewing her. And honestly, we do feel like she would be a great fit. We're still interviewing a few different people, ideally Miami based, but, we had to at least talk to her, see what was up. Just crazy.
It's crazy. And we don't know how it's all going to pan out, honestly, because we don't know who we're moving forward with yet. But even like that
just like the idea of
the
it.
whole thing. And the other day, Jess and I are just like, we're like calling out all the details of how that happened and the timing of that. And like me finding her TikTok, seeing that it was her, because like we talk to clients, but if they don't have a picture next to their signature, we don't know what they look like.
Yeah, she could have been a 50-year-old middle-aged woman.
That's literally who we thought we were talking to for the past year. So I find her TikTok. I'm like, oh my God, wait, what the heck? She's like cute as hell, like a little content creator herself, making aesthetic videos. And I'm like, oh my God, this is Danielle.
Yeah.
Like crazy. And yeah. Oh, not to mention guys, this is fucking nuts. The screenshot that I took that I sent to Jess that says check in with Mood Agency. I was like, oh my God, look how cool. On the top of her to-do list is the mantra that we literally talked about with Helen on last week's episode, which is
the affirmation.
The affirmation, the I don't chase, I attract. What comes to me is meant for me or something.
Yeah, she literally had that in the screenshot.
Like, I have chills.
Yeah,
like,
so wild.
What?
Yeah, the universe works in mysterious ways.
You just can't make it up. It's fucking nuts. So, you know, either way, whoever we decide to move forward with, like, I just feel like that was confirmation that what's happening is for a good reason and that we're in good hands and everything is going to be fine. Because honestly, like that was the first, I think, scary moment too for us with the agency. Because I was like, wait, like
what the fuck are we going to do?
Everyone could just quit. And like what a nightmare that would be. Obviously, like that's worst case scenario, but it was definitely the first moment of like, oh shit, like, you know, this, and it would be like our responsibility to pick up the pieces. Like it was scary.
Yeah, which, you know, is a lot.
Yeah, and I feel like everything has been really smooth sailing with the agency. So like I'm almost like I guess I'm like grateful for the bump in the road, because I'm like, you know, bumps are bound to happen, and it's almost like if it's too smooth, it's a little sus.
Yeah, I mean, you learn from every experience, you know what I mean?
And that's just like the true journey of entrepreneurship and having a business. It's like that is what we need to just open, you know, with open arms, just accept it, embrace it, and know that we're good and we can handle whatever it's going to throw at us.
And there truly are no losses, only lessons. And I feel like that even applies to, you know, working people. Like there, it's, you know, we didn't, you know, necessarily lose anything. It's only like a lesson. And, you know, we can try to make people feel as, you know, comfortable and confident in their positions as we can. But, you know, the reality of being a startup is that we can't provide someone
a full-time job,
a full-time salary and benefits and, you know, all of these like fun things as we would like to. You know, it takes like a, I meant like bonuses and crazy shit.
No.
But, you know, like it takes a very special type of person in their lives to be in this position right now, because, you know, we're not offering full time. So it's tricky, honestly. It's tricky, like finding a replacement and whatnot. But we've done 3 interviews ourselves. I think Caroline has done like 5 because she's doing like the first round and then we're handling it after that, depending on who she feels like is a good fit.
Yeah.
So
I truly just trust the universe so much. And I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. Let's run it. It's at this point, I'm watching a movie. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, I'm just taking a passenger, like a back seat, and I'm like, okay, let's see how things.
I'm the driver.
Out.
She's the passenger.
I'm just chilling in the back on my phone.
But so, it's interesting.
That is the update on Mood.
Yeah.
And what's going on over there.
Like we said, and we do feel like this is really happening for a reason. And, you know, hopefully whoever, you know, is into this position next is an amazing fit and can help us really take Mood to the next level, because I think that we're ready. You know, like we're ready, like as we've been expanding into social media marketing and influencer campaigns, you know, I feel like we're just kind of ready to take it to the next level.
And even the timing with how we hired our social media account manager, Wendy, even the timing with that, like we had her for like 2 weeks before Caroline was like, I'm out. So
so at least we have that little amount of support
and help.
Yeah, because Wendy is able to take on a few of the responsibilities that Caroline unfortunately can't in the interim while we try and replace this person. So. And it's also kind of tough because, you know, Caroline could really only give us like a week, you know, heads up. Like she gave us like, she's moving to Dallas. So it's like that on top of her transitioning into a new position is a lot. So it's like, it has been hard because we don't want to feel rushed like hiring a new person, but we kind of are because
we are in a rush.
Because otherwise, we're fucked. So that's also, you know, an interesting.
So that is the reality of owning a creative agency, and I feel like it's great because when we rebranded the show the same time we launched Mood. I don't know if you remember that, but that was in January, and those things happened like simultaneously.
Are you okay?
Say it. I don't know how to say it.
Simultaneously. SIMULTANE.
Is that right? Simultaneously.
OUSLY.
Yes. So those two things happen simultaneously. That sounds like a different language. What the fuck? Anyways, and when we started it, we were like, yeah, we want to, rebrand the show because we can take you guys behind the scenes for what it's like to start a business from the ground up and the trials and the tribulations. So like here we are literally sharing it with you.
I feel like we've done that.
Yeah, definitely. Aside from that, like personal business wise, we're both kind of like actively working on having another side hustle or passive income stream, and it's hard because you would think that's mood, but at the moment it's not.
Oh yeah, might as well fill you in on the finances of owning your own small business.
We are not paying ourselves.
You do not pay yourself. So I'm just letting you guys know.
We are in the trenches.
We are down bad, brother.
No, we're fine, but we're growing our savings for the account, which is the idea because we have goals like making someone full time and getting an office. So right now we're not paying ourselves, and we have the privilege and opportunities to not have to pay ourselves, which is great. But we're definitely looking forward to the day because we work our asses off.
Yeah, like mood takes up the majority of our time,
and
so like that's time that we can't put towards making like ourselves money, but it's like an investment. It's an investment of time, and like it's not like mood's not making money. It's just that we're leaving the mood money in the mood account.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's sweat equity we're putting in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But okay, you need to fuck off.
What?
You're in my brain.
You fuck off.
You're in my brain. But with that being said, we are trying to work on, some sort of something else that can provide some I'm having a stroke. Sustainability. And for me, that is affiliate marketing. I've been talking about it for like months, trying to get on it, but it really takes like sitting down. Ultimately, it's learning a new platform and like getting some sort of strategies in place to implement them. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's been like literally sitting down, opening up a bunch of tabs on my desktop and really like deep diving into like learning about it, figuring out how I'm going to utilize it. And yeah, I just feel like that's such a slept on type of, and we actually want to have a guest on to really do an episode dedicated to affiliate marketing, because especially with TikTok and stuff, like, okay, we have a follower who reached out and she was telling us how much she loved the show, how thankful she was for it. And like that she loved it was 2 women because most of the financial, shows that she listened to were men and she couldn't really relate, yada, yada. Long story short, she's like,
blah, blah, blah.
And I've been taking like just social media and influencing more seriously thanks to you guys. And I made this TikTok about this lash serum and it just so happened to go viral, and I had my affiliate Amazon code on it, and she made like 12 grand.
Yeah, no, she's killing it.
And she was like, thanks to you guys. And I'm like, what, bitch? We gotta get on that.
This is also this same girl, like cut her hair short because of me.
I love it.
She
you guys.
She tagged me in a TikTok and she was like, thank you, The Jess Experience, for inspiring me to cut my hair short.
It's crazy.
And what a boss.
It's crazy because we've said this before, like podcasting and influencing is so one-sided that and like really no one, you guys like don't really reach out. And I feel like it's because you have to have some sort of like, I don't know, balls or something. People are scared to reach out, but when they do once in the blue moon, it's so cool because it's like, wow, we are making an impact.
I don't know if we talked about that time during swim week where we were walking down the street and this girl goes, oh, it's whiskey and water. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
crazy.
You know who we are?
Because it really doesn't happen often. So when it does, it's like so nice to know like that we're impacting, and like what, this girl has $12,000 in her bank account because she was inspired. Like, fuck yeah.
A girl at my shoot the other day, like I shot with her all day, and then like when we left, we like followed each other, and then she DM'd me after and she's like, OMG, you're the co-host of Whiskey and Water. She was like, I didn't even realize.
Which
and I was like,
bizarre.
The fact that someone knows Whiskey and Water before they like recognize my face is just like absolutely insane.
So strange. But yeah. So anyways, back to what we're trying to get on. So we were talking about like having that passive income, and I was like, dude, you just gotta like be intentional with the time, which we've talked about a lot in the past, but it's like, it's easy to talk about it. It's harder to actually implement it into your schedule.
Yeah.
Like carving out that time and like saying no to other things just the way you would.
I mean, for me, it's saying no to being lazy. Because it's not like I'm not doing other shit because I don't want to do other shit. But like for me, it's like when I do have those like 2 hours of downtime, it's like I want to disassociate. I want to turn off my brain.
Yeah, which is fair.
But it's like if you carve out that time, then it's like a lot less exhausting than like having sat down and being like, well, I should be doing this.
Yeah, it's like pick your hard, Like it's hard to feel like you're you should be doing something and you're consistently not doing it, it's also hard to carve the time and sit down. So it's like, which hard would you rather have?
Literally.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I know, it's hard.
Everything is so much sometimes.
Honestly.
It's so easy to get overwhelmed, but that's why staying organized is so important.
It's so important.
And I don't know, for me, it's like hard because like I know that like I'm moving soon and it's like, what do I focus my energy on?
Yeah, and it's hard because that's like also a pivotal moment. It's like a transitional time in your life where it's like you also don't want to like deep dive into a venture and then like have to pause it and to move and then start it again. I feel
like I feel like I might potentially try to like do something with Casa once I move too, because I still have Casa. Casa is still on pause. I still have a ton of pieces that are just sitting in a showroom. I just literally haven't had the bandwidth to dedicate that time to it, and I don't want to be so inconsistent. Like I'd rather just pause it while I can.
100%.
But I feel like once I move, I might have a little bit more bandwidth for it. So that's also still something that's like on my mind.
Yeah, honestly, you know what's helped me a lot, and I've been talking about it on my stories more, but I also just did a YouTube video about it. But this 3 journal method, I think I'm onto something.
Really?
I swear.
Wow. Okay, founder. Do it.
I am. So like I have one journal for like personal development
Sell
stuff.
it on Amazon. Sell a journal kit on Amazon.
Well, I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Don't do it then.
Sign an NDA, guys. No, but I do have ideas. But no, so one journal I've been doing for like personal development, and that's where I do my journal prompts of like what I'm grateful for, yada yada, what I'm working on, what my intention is, or what I'm proud of myself for. And like that is just that, because that is so separate from like a work related journal. And to have all of those pages in one just feels messy to me.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So I feel like that needs to be its own thing.
We need one for mood. We need one for whiskey and water. We need one for our personal shit.
And there's something about like Trello is amazing, and that's how we keep our life organized. But there's something about
writing,
putting a pen to paper that it hits different.
Truly,
you know,
it truly does.
So I have that, and then I have the journal dedicated to just purely just brain dump. Like sit down. What is everything I have to do this week? It could be as small as texting someone back. If I don't write it down, I will fucking forget.
100%.
A follow-up email or like anything. If I can think about it, I will write it down.
Yeah.
And then the separate journal, which we got from Five Below, is like the weekly daily planner. And that's where I time block. And I'm like, okay, this time to this time, I'm going to get these tasks done. And I use that master to-do list brain dump. And I just like pull things from that. And I see like what feels good for that day. If I'm like, you know, if I know I'm busy podcasting and doing this, like I'll put light tasks on the bottom for that day. And I feel like that's really helped me.
Yeah, I love that.
So pro tip.
Use 3 journals.
3 journals.
It's not OD at all.
Not at all. Aside from that, Jess also briefly mentioned that Caroline was also her personal assistant. So not only did we lose her for mood, Jess lost her as her personal assistant who handles all of her emails.
All of my collaborations.
Yeah,
literally the organization of my entire life.
Yep.
Down the fucking drain.
So that's good.
That's fun. We love that for me.
Which is interesting because it puts us in a unique position where I also recently let go of my personal assistant because it just wasn't a great fit anymore. And what I realized, and I definitely took accountability when, you know, letting her go, of like, this is honestly my fault for not knowing, not my fault, you know, because there's no fault here, but it's me just being new in the hiring process. Like we've only hired a few people. Like we're not experts. We don't really like, other than
says the people who were corporate recruiters and have conducted over 300 interviews.
Unless you're a mortgage banker, I don't know how to hire
We could hire the world's most elite mortgage bankers. However, personal assistants, we're not as good at.
So like, you know, the qualifications that I should have been looking for, I wasn't, because I thought 100%. I could hire someone in this position and be able to teach them the influencer industry. And now I've realized that's not the case. I need someone who already is an experienced micro influencer who knows the ins and outs of collaborations and contracts and deliverables, and
or at least has an interest in those things.
Yeah, and like it's so frustrating, honestly, and it's just a part of the journey and the growth. But it's frustrating because I really felt like I did such a thorough job hiring and making sure I knew exactly that they knew what to expect. I knew what to expect. I knew what questions to ask them. So for it to go through all that and for it to like not work out again, like this is like my third assistant.
Didn't Caroline do the interview as well?
She did the first one, yeah. And that's another frustrating thing is like, you know, through an interview, someone can seem like the perfect fit, but then when it comes to actually doing the work, it might not actually be.
We should rehire Taylor.
Oh, Taylor.
Go back to one of our old assistants.
I actually asked Kennedy. I was like, hey.
What?
I was like, what does your bandwidth look like these days? And she's like, no, I can't. But she's
like, fuck you.
Yeah. But she offered to like help me find someone because she has a lot of, connections. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. That's better than nothing. But
yeah, but if any of you guys are a micro influencer looking for a few hours a week, we're going to be hiring this person together. Like they're going to be doing both of our stuff just because it makes the most sense. We have literally like the same, framework for our personal assistants. So if you guys think that you'd be a good fit, slide into our DMs. You can either DM like one of us personally or do whiskey and water.
Yeah. We're looking for probably 4 hours combined for the two of us. Yeah. 4 hours a day.
And, we're still looking for the project manager role. So if we do feel like, one of you is an amazing fit, definitely feel free to apply.
And even roles down the line for mood, we are expanding at a fast pace. So if we feel like you would be a good fit for down the line, even we can hold on to your resume and your information.
For sure.
And that's that. So we're on a journey of finding new personal assistants as well.
Love this for us. It's like that meme where it's like the dog is in the house on fire and it's like, this is fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, quite
that's
literally.
Me right now. Right now.
And also I just can't believe that we're about to go into our 9th season of this show.
About to hit 100 episodes, which is literally just like the craziest thing to us. Like what a journey this has been.
I'm emotional, honestly.
What? I just made eye contact with Natalie and it's just a real
I'm like about to cry. You're like,
it's funny because Natalie and Bryce are both in this room.
We have a live audience.
We have a live audience. And like it's been so funny because I keep like glancing over. I'm like, are they looking at us?
No, they're just hearing us scream in their ears.
Talking about stupid shit.
Guys, it's okay. We have a live audience. This is good practice.
No, but what were we saying before that?
100th episode.
100th episode. So yeah, I don't know what we want to do, but definitely something big.
I mean,
we would love to throw something like in Miami. I don't know if we have. We should. We really should. But do we have the bandwidth?
Yes, we need to. We'll have Wendy do it. We need to celebrate. That is a huge benchmark. I feel like so many podcast shows start and they stop after 20 episodes. And like, we should be so proud of ourselves.
Yeah,
dude.
no, there's literally there was a study that was done that said like 90% of all podcasts stop putting out content after their 12th episode.
Yeah.
Don't entirely quote me on that, but it was something ballpark in that area.
I think it was like 12th or 16th. For some reason, the number 16 is sticking out. But
it's because my birthday's coming up.
So we're already in like the, top percentile just because we made it this far.
Yeah. I mean, what other fucking podcast? I mean, a lot of them. But, I don't. There's a lot. But, a lot of podcasts don't have this many episodes.
Definitely something to be proud of.
And a lot of episodes, like a lot of podcasts, like we were like right before the bell curve of like
everyone
podcast just exploding.
I feel like we were right ahead of the trend before a bunch of influencers made podcasts.
I would just like to say that I wanted to do it far before then as well, but this bitch took some convincing.
I had to think about it for like a year. Duh.
Yeah, as you had to vet the process.
I mean, I think about everything for at least a year before I pull the trigger.
You're not wrong.
I mean, no, I actually do. Like, I wrote Get a Mercedes-Benz for my 26th birthday when I was 24. So like, I really do be taking a long time.
I mean, even for mood, I had to convince you to do mood because I was like, listen, I was like, I've been shooting content. I know that we can make this bigger if we join forces. And you were like, yeah, but, and I was like, no, we're doing it.
I just like to sleep on things.
And luckily I did have the proven product of the podcast in my back pocket to be like, I said that we should do this and we did it. And it kind of worked.
I mean, that is as whiskey and water as it gets. You're like, let's do it. And I'm like, let's think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100th episode. I'm so excited. We're going to do something fun for sure. I definitely want to get decorations. I mean, we have to pop confetti. I'm sorry.
I'm like, let's launch a product.
We actually talked about the whole journal idea, but I don't know.
What if we launched the journal kits for the 100th episode?
Maybe. Stay tuned. But with that being said, I think what we really want to hone in on for season 9 is more influencing episodes. Because one, those episodes of ours have done so well. Like one of our highest performing show is how to become an influencer. So I feel like we're really doing y'all dirty by not giving you more influencer content.
Yeah, and those tend to perform really well for us anyways. So it just makes sense that you guys are interested in that content.
Yeah. So I think we'll be interviewing probably more influencers, doing more us episodes. We're talking about doing like a deep dive segment where we talk about
the collaborations that we're currently doing.
Or like one, pick one campaign that you did and like deep dive into it. How did you get it? What was the cost? What were the deliverables? You know, things like that. Where you shot it. Because actually the real estate podcast I listen to, Bigger Pockets, they do deep dives on like their real estate deals.
We are heavily inspired by Bigger Pockets.
I love Bigger Pockets.
It's honestly
David Green.
It's such a great podcast.
I love you. Not the co-host of that show slotting into my DMs.
Oh, we're exposing.
I'm like, be my mentor. He's like, I'll be your daddy.
He's like, I'll be your sugar daddy. Daddy, sorry. Daddy, sorry.
Daddy. Okay, so yeah, that's that. I'm actually looking forward to that.
We should have a sugar baby on.
Oh my God, you're not wrong.
That's female entrepreneurship at its fucking prime, bitch.
I love it. Okay, so that's that. That is the newest update on the podcast. And then other than that, just like what I've been feeling lately as far as life goes is like really trying to savor every moment and like think of this time period and this like season of our life as something that we're gonna look back on and like think of as like the good days. Not that we won't have like
these are the fucking good days, brother.
No, I'm just saying like I read a poem about these, not poem. It was like something that
a hymn.
No, not that either. It was something that these parents said at a wedding that Chloe went to. Like it's so random, but they wrote a really beautiful thing or they found it online somewhere and it was just about like it really, the passage was about having children, but I just related it to like life in general. And it was like, you know, you're going through your days, running them to soccer practice, cleaning up, doing this, vacuuming, like, and you just get so caught up in just trying to like live life and keep up with things that you look back and it's like you almost feel like you missed a lot, you know, because you weren't present.
You weren't present, yeah.
And I don't know, that just really stuck with me. And especially thinking about like where we are, like 25, we're like in the middle, literally in the middle of our 20s.
Yeah.
We have these businesses going on. I don't know where you're at, but my thinking is like I don't have kids yet, and I've been really thinking about that as
that is so far from even my mindset that I can't even appreciate it.
I know. I don't know how relatable that is, but for me, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna look back on these years and be like, man, like we didn't have kids then. Like we just lived life without kids, and we went to sushi dinners and date night and went rollerblading at 12 at night, and like there's just things that I really want to appreciate.
When did you go rollerblading?
Like a few months ago, but nonetheless.
That sounds fun.
It was so fun.
Let's do that.
You want to come blading?
Yeah.
It is a great time, honestly. We should go.
Hell yeah, brother.
So fun.
I do feel that though, because it's like, I also like, that's how I feel every weekend. Like a lot of, like part of me, like I don't like super enjoy going out. Like I do once I'm there, but like part of me is like just wanting to stay in. And I just like, I'm trying to convince, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking 25. I'm in my prime. Like I need to be fucking going out and having fun. And half the time it's not even that great. But you know what I mean? Like I am trying to like actively like live my life.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a difference like to be present, but it's also different to like really like almost savor the moment. Like I'm like, even with the duplex, like I'm sitting outside and I'm like, I'm going to look back and remember those days that I was at the duplex and like not in a house yet and just really trying to like appreciate that because I just feel like life before you know it fucking flashes before your eyes and you're 60 years old and have grandkids and I'm like, damn it.
I mean, I don't know. You're going a little fast here, brother.
I'm like, it'd be like that, you know, like if you're not intentional about really enjoying every chapter and season of your life, it really does like just flash by you, especially because even with this year, like 2021, I'm like, yo, I know everyone's like, oh my God, this year flew by, but shit, like 2021, I feel like I fucking blinked and I'm here.
100%. I mean, I feel like I blinked and my lease is almost over here, which felt like so fucking far in advance. And I feel like I have taken on that mindset in regards to the apartment because like I was kind of so ready to like get out of it for a while. And now I'm like, but the gym, dude, and the pool and the view, like it's hard.
It's funny you say that because I feel that the same way happened with me with the duplex. I'm like, I want to fucking leave. And then I'm like, wait, I love this backyard. And like, I love this space.
I feel like you feel the same about my current apartment. You're like, this apartment's nice. Like, you know, I love having, you know, it's nice having this here.
This is a season of our lives where you live in Midtown, you know, and like seeing it that way.
Not her exposing where I live. It's okay. I'm leaving anyway.
I mean, Homestead.
Yeah, I mean, BFE.
I mean, honestly, the podcast listeners know that I don't even live in Miami because I'm always like, oh, I have to drive down here.
Fort Lauderdale's a huge city.
I know, but
I just named a very specific small borough of Miami that I happen to live in. But whatever. I trust the brothers.
It's
if you guys are
fine.
gonna come kill me, make it quick. All right.
Just put me out of my misery.
Throw me off the balcony because honestly, I've been so close to doing it myself that I just hope someone else can finish the job off for me.
Not her posting videos of her throwing ice at the wall.
Yeah, I posted it on my TikTok. Hey guys, go follow our TikTok.
Go follow us on TikTok. We're really trying.
It's the Jessica Experience and Olivia P. Wong. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, just a side story because it's hilarious. We're like talking about TikTok and how we want to like strategize more and like what we want our niche to be on there. And I'm like, dude, just post like anything. Like, I'll go to the nail salon and like post that. And sometimes like the most random shit blows up over there. So I'm like, yeah, if it's lifestyle, post it. And she's like, yeah, I just don't want to like post random shit on TikTok. Like, I want a brand on there. I want to be like in the gym and shit. I want that to be my brand. I'm like, okay, cool. The next day, she posted this video of her literally chucking ice as hard as she can at the wall on her balcony. That's it. Doesn't say anything, doesn't caption it, just that. And I comment and I'm like, I don't want to post random shit on my TikTok.
So many people were like, are you okay? And I was like, honestly, yeah, never been better.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Just hilarious.
Yeah, just throwing ice. Guys, 10-10 recommend. Throw ice at the walls.
It's like when we used to tell people like when they need to let out a good scream, just belt the national anthem somewhere. Just get it out of your system. Oh, don't start. Not now, brother. But circle back. Yeah, that is what I've been feeling really inspired by. And I feel like just being intentional, journaling about it really helps. And just being like, even like saying the date in my mind, I'm like, okay, we are in September of 2021. And like, I'm here now and I'm not going to let time keep flying by me.
Yeah, no, it's insane. And like the fact that like just so much is happening right now. And honestly, it does feel like I'm only keeping my head above water. Like I'm going to this festival this weekend.
It's like one thing after another, after another.
And then I'm like, there's just so much happening. And then it's going to be my birthday. And then it's like fucking Macy's birthday. And then it's your birthday.
And then it's Christmas.
And then it's Christmas. And not to mention, like, my lease ends like at the end of October. So it's like my birthday and then I'm moving the fuck out. And like, that's just, it's so stressful because, like I'm trying to plan my birthday to stay present and have fun during that moment while also preparing to move my entire fucking... I have so much shit in this goddamn apartment.
It's life, but it's the journey like that. That's what it is, And I feel like I get so bad about that, about like setting goals and idolizing those goals and fantasizing about those goals. Like once I get there, I'll be happy. And I have to constantly remind myself like, no, like I'm happy right now.
Yeah.
I'm living my dream life right now.
Yeah.
Like it's not some fantasy ahead of me. Like it's happening right now. I'm living.
Like I was in the shower the other day and I was like, damn, dude, like younger me would be so proud of this apartment and like where I live. Like I live here with like old ass people, like who are like, this is like their home. And like for me, it really just feels like a stepping stone to like my next place. And I don't know, I do appreciate it a lot. Like I just proud of where we've come.
So brothers, if you're listening to this, I hope you get some sort of insight and inspiration that like life fucking passes if you're not paying attention.
100%.
And slow down and be intentional with your time and how you spend it and carve out the time to like reflect on things like that.
Yeah, and get a dog.
Get a dog.
Get a dog.
100%.
Get a tattoo.
Quality of life is so much better with a dog.
So incredibly improved.
Book that trip. If you say you're going to make plans with someone, fucking make the plans.
Yeah. Which is crazy because we were even just talking about that with like our friends. Like it's like we never like have friends in town because people never fucking pull the trigger. And Bryce and Natalie literally like randomly pulled the trigger and now they're here in Miami with us. We're actually going to log off of this episode, wrap this bitch up and go get some sushi.
Hell yeah,
Gonna go live our lives.
We love you guys. Thank you for joining us on our 9 seasons. If you've been here since the beginning, if you're new here, you have a lot to look forward to.
Really quick, people are probably confused because I thought we're going to get sushi. I will not be eating sushi. Everyone else will be eating sushi.
She will be eating chicken teriyaki kebabs.
Just so you guys know that I'm not fake.
But we are going to take our gap week before we launch into the next season. And if you guys can, leave us a rating and review on whatever you listen to this on. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Make sure you're watching our stories and keeping up with us on all of our platforms. And we love you so much.
And we will see you next season.
Bye, guys.
Bye.